Well, hello, my name's Mandy and my channel is Mandy Sorts It Out, and I'm looking at food today, and I'm going to show you a video of my food haul from Asda on Sunday, and I'll go through it a little bit afterwards. So here's the video. So we have a food haul from Asda today, and I'll go through it and look at the prices. The first thing is that I'll do the frozen and then I'll put them in the freezer. So we have some blueberries. Those are £2.82. I've been meaning to get some for ages. I love them with my porridge, but I just kept forgetting, or the shop I was in was out. Then we have wild salmon fillet. There are 3 fillets in there, which is what I felt in the shop. It doesn't actually say on the outside. And they were £3.68. These mushrooms were showing as £1 on the shelf, but they're actually 78p. Cucumbers 89p. The raw gala apples are £1.17. The grapes are £1.48. The stock cubes are £1.68 for 8. The shampoo, it's a new one for me, but it's sulfate free. That is £4.48. The paprika, smoked paprika, is £2. The iron brew, I don't know why Asda are allowed to call it iron brew when the original was called Iron Brew, and Iron Brew was told to change the name because it didn't contain iron. Maybe this one contains iron, who knows. But the Iron Brew was 82p. The toilet tissue is £2.39. Fruity cherry, plum and rhubarb squash is £1.30. These crisps come on my receipt as baby food. They're 58p and they're low in salt, which is why I've got them, because I've got a craving for crisps at the moment. In fact, I bought an awful lot of treats in this shop. A bit too many, I think. The tuna is £2.49 for a 4-pack, and the butter is £1.99 for 250 grams. The potatoes is a 2-kilogram bag, and it's £1.78. There are 7 potatoes in there. Some of the bags had 5 potatoes in there. You can imagine how big they were. And I don't want to wait forever for my baked potato to cook, so I was going through the bags until I found this one. This was on reduction. 2 caramel shoe buns, and that was £1.02. There was hardly any reductions when I went in, but it was late in the afternoon of Friday. And lastly, these chocolate honeycomb. I've been walking past them for months, but I really fancy them every time I see them, and I was so dispirited by all the salt in everything. This is becoming a theme, that I decided to get them. They're £1.84, and hopefully they'll last quite a while. Did I say the bread was 55p? I've tried the cherry, plum and rhubarb squash, and it's nice. Yeah, I'm liking it. So that's my shop today. Okay, so you'll have seen in that yeah, I did buy quite a lot of treats. The Diet Iron Brew, the fruit squash. Those were mainly because I'm struggling to drink the kind of fluid intake that I need to with my kidney problems. I'm trying to entice myself with lots of different flavoured drinks, and it is working. I am drinking more in terms of fluids, which is good. The shoe buns and the honeycomb pieces are treats because I get very dispirited by shopping because there's lots of things I can't have, or the salt levels are much higher than I was anticipating. When I first was shown through a blood test that there were some issues with my kidneys, I did cut down on salt, but I only cut down really on condiments, and I cut down on using regular stock cubes. And when I had my second blood test, my sodium levels had actually increased. Only slightly, but they were literally on the top of the healthy range, which is not where you're advised to have them. If you can get them to the middle of the healthy range, that's much better. Obviously, I needed to do some work on mine, so I'm now paying it some closer attention. But I can't keep eating sweet things routinely daily either, because although I don't have any problems with my blood sugar at the moment, I know that I'm more prone to problems with blood sugar because I've got kidney problems. So I need to really keep an eye on that. But at the moment, I'm kind of doing it because I'm still adjusting to a different diet. But I am adjusting. My taste buds are changing. Yeah, I think things are still in process of adjusting and changing. And while it's in process, it may be that just to keep myself from completely losing all will to live, I have to accept that I'm going to be maybe eating a little bit more sweet food at the moment. I'm just going to show you a little video because I really fancied baked beans the other day, but baked beans are quite high in salt. So I made my own using some of the soup I made in an earlier video, which I concentrated down and cooked down with the beans in it. So I'll just show you a little video on that.
Well, baked beans have got tomato sauce, and I've got a hiatus hernia and shouldn't eat tomatoes because they are too acid. So what I've done is I have reduced the soup I made, one portion of the soup, reduced that till it's thick and saucy, and added some beans. I mean, they're black beans. I didn't have any white beans, so they're black beans today. But I thought I'm going to try that with a jacket potato and see how that is. So that's dinner. I've just tried a little bit, and it was actually really nice.
One thing I've been thinking about recently is make, do and mend. And I think I do apply this to food because when I come back from a shopping haul, like I did with that Sunday shopping haul, even if I've forgotten something, I tend to think, this is it. This is what I've got to feed myself with. I'm going to have to make do with that. If I go to the shop to buy the ingredient that I missed, I'm likely to come home with more than one thing. So the best thing is just not to even go to the shop to try and attempt it. So that's what I do now. I make, do and mend. I've got the mushrooms, but I didn't buy the eggs that I meant to get to make mushroom omelette. But I'm going to have mushrooms with pasta instead. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye.